Hello, fabulous firsties. It is Miss Polanco. Let's go ahead and talk about a straight line. I'm going to go ahead and draw some lines on our board or whiteboard right here. And we're going to go one by one and take a look and see which one is straight. So our first line, it curves around, it snakes around, there's curves going on. So this right here is not a straight line. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. Our next one, it has squigglies. It's like a squiggly line. It is not straight. There's loops going on, so this one is out as well. Let's look at our last one. Our last one goes in a straight line. There are no curves. There are no squigglies. This one is our answer. That is what a straight line looks like. The next thing we want to talk about are corners. Corners when there are two straight lines coming together at a point. So I've drawn a rectangle here, and this should be review. Our rectangle, let's go ahead and count how many sides are on this rectangle. Count with me. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So a rectangle has 4 sides, and let's look and see how many corners it has. So I'm going to draw a little dot where the corners are, which is where two straight lines come together to meet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 corners. Let's go ahead and look at our next one, which is the triangle. Let's go ahead and count the sides. We have 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 sides to a triangle. Let's go ahead and count the corners. Again, corners are where two straight lines come together and meet. So I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 corners for the triangle, which is a square. Let's go ahead and count the sides together. 1, 2, 3, 4. A square has 4 sides. Let's count how many corners there are. Again, I'm drawing a dot where the two straight lines come together and meet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. And for funsies, I want to see the last shape I want us to look at, which again, this is review, is a circle. Let's go ahead and count how many, how many sides? Well, there are 0 sides to a circle. Okay, let's look and see how many corners where two straight lines come together to meet, but I don't see 2 straight lines coming, so there are 0 corners. We do not in a circle, we do not have 2 straight lines that come together to meet, so there are 0 corners and 0 sides. Okay, I would like for you to now get out your shapes packet that looks like this. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it for just a second. Okay, once you have your shapes packet, go ahead and open it up and turn it to the very first page, which is the page with this cute little pig. But his name is Wilbur. And today we're going to be looking at Wilbur and finding all different shapes. We're going to be finding a square, triangle, circle, and a star. They threw that one in kind of for fun. So I have 4 different colors here because we are going to do every shape has their own color. In your bags you should have gotten some crayons. If you don't, you can use a pencil or different markers or just whatever you have. Let's say you don't have the same colors I'm using, you can pick your own. So our paper says that the square should be blue, and I do have a blue. So I'm going to go ahead and color in the square with blue. The next one is a triangle, and it should be orange. I've got an orange marker. Here we go. We have a red circle, and then it says yellow star. However, I do not have the color yellow, so I have this green one that I'm going to use instead. Like I said, if you don't have the right color, you can use a different color. Just make sure you color it up top so you know what you've got going. So let's go ahead and look at Wilbur. The first one we are looking for are the squares, and our squares are blue. So I'm going to go ahead and get my blue marker or blue crayon or blue pen or colored pencil or whatever you got. I'm going to go through and look at Wilbur and see how many squares I can find, and I'll be coloring those in blue. I am now going to count up. So we have color-coded our shapes on Wilbur. It is now time to look at the bottom of our paper where it says count the shapes and color the graph. So we are going to be taking the shapes that we have just colored at the top on Wilbur, and we're going to be putting it in a graph at the bottom. And don't forget, there are 3 different math websites I would like for you to do. You can pick one a day and do, 10 to 15 minutes on each one. The first one, which is one of our favorites, it is called Prodigy. You may do Prodigy for 10, 15 minutes. Next one is Zearn, which is one of my favorites. You can do Zearn as well. And your last option is IXL. And if you need your login information for any of these, just let me know.